Welcome to DowerChin.com. Alright, today I have for you the Samsung Galaxy Note 10.1 2014 edition. And it's the 32 gigabyte Wi-Fi model that I'm going to take a look at today. Uh, I haven't really bought myself a 10-inch tablet in a while, aside from the Surface. Well, alright, I take that back. I have bought a lot of them. But this is the Android one. I haven't bought an Android one in a while. All right, that's what I want to say. So let's take a look at what this guy's got. All right, so this sports the Samsung's kind of like wood grain, a bamboo-like box that their stuff comes in now. So let's take a look at this guy. See what it comes. See what it's like when we get it out of the box. All right, there we have it. And up here's the tablet. And inside we get some troubleshooting tips over here. Under here we have a little packet of information, a manual, probably some warranty stuff, and that's the health and safety guide, which is pretty gargantuan and substantial. From some of here we have the replacement nibs for the S Pen, the power adapter, and the micro USB cable that goes along with the power adapter. Okay, so that's all we get in the box there. Let's put this aside. Let's take a look at the device. All right, so this is Samsung's latest 10-inch Note tablet. Now this is the Note because unlike the Tab, which is sort of similar, this actually has the pen built into the side here. So let's take a look real quick what we got. All right, we got the camera built in here. You have your standard buttons, actual physical buttons still on there, carrying along with the similar design. Now the edge here sports the kind of like almost like it's got the pattern on here, so it's almost like a book of pages, similar to their the Note 3 design that they've been following along. So we're taking a look at the top here at the power button. We got the volume rockers, an IR port for the IR blaster stuff. I got the S Pen where it docks into the side here. You got a speaker grill. Here's a port for the micro SD card for expansion. On the bottom, micro SD card slot for hooking up to the computer, and on the left side you have your headphone port and the other speaker. That's about it. And that back here, um, it's got just like the Note 3 for the phone. It's kind of got this kind of like hard rigid plastic. It looks kind of like stitched leather thing going on along the edges here. The interesting thing about the Note as well is that just like the Note 3, the metal bezel around this thing actually comes out just a tad, just like the Note 3s, which actually protects the screen a bit because the screen doesn't come out above it. So if it were to drop this way downward, the metal edge actually will make contact before the screen does. So it's kind of like this little they carried the Note 3 design across to the tablet. So looks quite nice. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to power this guy up, put some applications on it, and let's see how it stacks up to some of the other tablets I have. All right, I'll be right back. Okay, so welcome back. So now what I have here is I've installed some apps on this thing, and now we can take a look and see what it's like. So here we have it. I had it in the other I had it in portrait mode earlier. So there we are. So to unlock it. Um, There we are. So this is the home screen with some of the apps I've installed, some games I've installed here. So you see that basically, if you use any of the Note tablets before, or any of the other Samsung Android tablets before, they have this ability to do this multitasking, which you have right here. So for this, holding down the little back arrow key brings this little slide panel out, which kind of goes away here, that you can actually have different programs running. So for example, you could have like YouTube running. Just drag it out like so, and then you have YouTube running, and then you can easily say, oh, I want to also look at Chrome. So I'll look at Chrome and drop it over here, and voila, I have my Target Black Friday stuff going on at the same time. But you can look here and use this as well as look over here and basically pick a video to watch while surfing around. So kind of a cool way to have it. You can resize the windows if you want for different various flavors, and basically close them all like so. So let's do quickly. I don't have my Air anymore, so I can't really have a good comparison of the Air, because the Air is obviously the closest competitor to it. But I have my iPad 3, which would be, you look at the iPad 2, so it would be a similar, I guess, similar size. Now, obviously, the Air would probably be closest to this because the Note 10.1 2014 edition is a little bit heavier than the iPad Air. Width-wise might be around the same probably, but I do not have one to show you. So you'll see when compared to the iPad 2, it's actually slimmer than the iPad 2 or iPad 3 in my case here. Screen-wise, just a quick note about the screen. Um, power button here. All right. So actually, it's hard to sell until I turn it on. But basically, from the screen here, you can see that the from here you see that the Note actually, because this is black, it's hard to tell, but um, you see that the screen is a little bit. The screen of the 10.1 is about a I'd say almost an inch taller than the Retina iPad screens, but the iPad screens actually are about ½ inch wider. So the aspect ratio obviously is very different between the Apple side versus the Samsung side. Now, if you want to compare it to this is last year's uh, Surface RT device, and I don't know what's it complaining about over here. But basically, the screen again, once again, is a little different. Now, the RT screen is it's a tad bit longer, about an inch longer. Once again, highlighting a slightly different aspect ratio. But now, even with the differences in screen and physical width here, the 10.1 2014 is thinner than an RT tablet. So obviously there's going to be some differences there. Now, even with the screen being smaller, the screen actually packs a very dense pixel width on this device. So it's got a good screen. The resolution of it, I apologize, is 2560 by 1600 for the screen. So it's a very densely packed screen. So it's actually slightly better than a Retina display. So it's kind of interesting. So now the thing about you buy a Note in particular for the S Pen. It slides out of here like so, and from here you can basically, if you're in whichever mode, portrait or landscape, you can run S Note, for example, and from within here you're able to use the pen to draw or write. So, pardon my horrible cursive. So there we are. So you can write on this thing, which is really kind of a nice thing about it. The pen is a little bit bigger than the one you get on the Note 3 for obvious reasons, because it's bigger than a Note 3. Pen seems to be about, I think, is actually a little bit bigger than the one you get on the Note 8 as well, and it slides back into the spot over here. Interesting thing that I found, because in my previous Note 8 review, I found that the Surface Pen actually would work on it. Now, granted, it does work. The problem is, I think the pens are designed, the magnet that's in here is actually further away, so it doesn't. So from straight on, it's fine. But if you use it typically like a normal person would use it at an angle, it doesn't clock right. It's slightly off, and Samsung does not provide a way to calibrate the S Pen, at least not from what I heard, not without rooting the device. So using another pen which would be more comfortable, like a bigger Surface Pen, would not work. So it's kind of a little bit disappointing there, but it's a minor caveat. You still have this pen, which is not awful. So that's something that you can still use this with. So there you have it. Using the S Pen, let's shove this back over here. And having the bigger screen, obviously, for running games is going to be quite nice as well. Other programs I like to use, like Autodesk Sketchbook Pro, will work quite nicely with this, with the S Pen. But just a quick overview, that's what it is. Um, it's a tablet that I'll probably wind up keeping because I like the Note series a lot, and having the pen makes it that much better. And going from a Note 3 to Note 10 is a big deal as far as screen real estate goes. So there you have it. A look at the Samsung Galaxy Note 10.1 2014 edition. Thanks for watching.